beautiful people. Dr. Eve here. Hope all is well. It's a beautiful day to be among the land of the living. If you are here, say, Father, I thank you. Welcome to my channel, everyone. I'm Dr. Eve. Here on my channel, we talk about all things sustainable living and building a strong home economy and whatever else we're doing in the moment. Y'all know I'm building a tiny, not necessarily a tiny, but a mini retreat space in my urban homestead. And I am super excited about the progress that we're making. And every day we are meeting the challenges that we hear from you every single day. Believe it or not, when I am looking at videos, I'm looking for the problems. What were the problems in the garden? Right? Because I can grow some food, but what were the problems? So my goal is to solve every problem for myself before I have it. Okay? And my girls, my chickens, my coop was one of those, right? Because we know that we've had heavy rain season. And who would have thought, right? I would have, first of all, never have thought I would be raising chickens. God blessed me spiritually to get chickens in August and said, get them chickens and learn how to grow them. I had no idea that in January we were going to be hit with a crisis in eggs. Now, I don't eat a lot of eggs, but it's good to have an egg a day coming your way if hunger strikes, right? So that's a big deal. So I too, like many of you, built the foundation of my coop on a space that's kind of muddy. But I have hardwire under my coop. It doesn't change the fact that that mud is gonna come through that hardwire because it's mud, and when it gets dirt gets wet, it's gonna be muddy. And I hated walking through that mud. But I came up with a solution. I came up with a solution for the muddy coop. And I have not walked into a muddy coop since I solved that problem. And I'm going to show you guys what I did because it is truly working for me. Hey, Stephanie, what's happening? I wanted to come in and share what I did to the coop and how I'm not walking on a muddy coop anymore. All right. So I have solved the problem of the muddy coop for me because I got a couple of spaces going on. It's working for me, and I'm about to show you all what I did. All right. So let's get over here. Hey, hey, hey. Let's get over here to this coop because Dr. Eve been growing and doing some amazing things for this mini retreat space on my homestead, but my chickens is included. I want my guests to feel like they can have a fresh egg if they want. And so I want them to have fresh fruit, fresh berries, fresh food all year long, right? And so here is my coop. This is my coop situation. This is my layout. I think, Stephanie, last time I talked to you, we were talking about putting in a cobblestone, right? So this is my coop situation, right? Hey, we built this ourselves. And to God be the glory, I'm glad I didn't pin this side in because this is where they go to play every single day. Every single day, I let them out of the coop and I let them into the playground area. And what this allows two things. One, for them to have dirt to scratch because my coop is hardwired so that so that predators don't get to them at night. This is also screened in so that they can't you get harmed during the day. However, we're working on them digging them holes back there. We put in some concrete, but they still digging. So let's talk about this coop, what I did. So inside the coop, what I did was I put down some turf. Y'all, the reason why I tried this was because I tried this over in my patio area and it really worked. And I said, well, I'm gonna put it down in the coop because what I don't want to do is walk into this coop and into a muddy coop every single day, or putting down that hay and straw and all that stuff. I don't have to do that anymore. So it's absolutely wonderful. What I do is I let them out into the playground, and I come in here and with my water hose every single morning, and I just blot out their little poo poo down into that area back there, which is the only area that's not covered. That's not covered, and their dirt area is not covered. So let's walk in. So when I walk in here, this is like a grass turf, artificial turf. It is the water goes directly through, and their poo poo goes down there into the wooded area. Back here is their pool where they have a dirt bath, and then they have their hatching space. I mean, not hatching, but where they lay their eggs, and then that's where they coop it. That's where they hang out at night. But I'm able to come in here every single day. I'm able to clean it out, just push the poo poo down there. I don't have to walk into a soiled coop. I don't have to put down hay. I don't have to do any of those things anymore. And so I wanted to share my solution to the muddy coop. And so all the rain started here in the east and all over the world, I had an advantage. I had an amazing advantage because I didn't have to walk into a muddy coop. And that was the goal. Baby, whatever y'all problem is, I'm trying to make sure I don't have it. So I also put it down here. So I put it, everywhere. So when I put it down over here, I said, this is going to work in that coop because it works over here. This used to be grass. All this used to be grass. All of this used to be grass, and it was it was getting on my absolute last nerve. My absolute last nerve because I got tired of having to come into the area where I want to sit. I didn't want to have to deal with no weeds, right? So, and then this area was extremely muddy right here. Because walking into here, this is concrete right here, but walking into there was really muddy. And I was like, we're not doing that. So I put down this turf and recently put down some cloth on the side because why? I don't want no weeds. I don't want no weeds. You got to decide what you don't want, okay? You have to decide what you do not want. And weeds I do not want in the area where I have to sit. I don't want to have to be bothered with weeds every single day. Last night I put it down this path. This is my walkway, and I got tired of weeding it. So I put down some cloth last night because why? I don't want to be fatigued out here in this garden, right? So in order for you not to have the fatigue, what's the problem? Fix the problem. Spend every day fixing one of your problems, right? Because spend every day fixing one of those problems because you want to have a beautiful space. You want to be able to have a good experience. I know I do. So if I have a problem in the garden, baby, wait a minute, we doing some research because how I fix that. So what I'm planning to do now is I came out here to check to see. I'm checking on shock right now because I just replanted a lot of things. So over the next couple of days, I'm really looking at shock to make sure that these plants are doing okay, and they are doing just fine. When I tell you they are doing just fine, everything is doing just fine, and I'm so excited. Even the what do you call these elephant ears? The elephant ears, they have lost a few leaves, but they coming around. So what I'm planning on doing, I think, is because these are tall, I'm thinking I might cut the tall leaves back so that the new leaves can grow because what we want is some very strong, healthy plants. So I removed these from the area where they were because this area is next, baby. Because what we not gonna do is keep dealing with this here mess right here. We just not. I put some soil down, so I'm not dealing with a lot of weeds here because I put down some topsoil. over this area. So the thing is, for me, I'm building out a cottage garden, so I want things to be beautiful. So this is another problem area. So we're going to be working on that. Another thing that I did was this, I've been talking to y'all about this air conditioner, right? It's big, we need it, but it is huge. Look at it. It's huge, and I'm not going to say I don't like looking at it, baby, because I like a good air conditioner. But I need to beautify this thing in some kind of way. So I couldn't get this area under control. The weeds kept coming up. So I had I purchased things, and sometimes I don't even know why I purchased them, because I be purchasing stuff just because. But look at that. I put these pots down, and I'm going to plant some flowers in it. I don't know what kind of flowers. It may be some tall flowers. It may be some grass flowers. It may be, which might be a great idea, to put some tall grasses right there, that will, keep coming back, so I don't have to. But I want a evergreen. That's what I want. I want a evergreen, so that I don't it's here all year. So y'all see how I be trying to solve these problems. I ain't playing out here. I'm not gonna work myself to death. This cottage garden gonna be beautiful all year. I am not gonna work myself into the ground. All right, maybe for the day. I have this beautiful plant back there that I'm looking at. It's got a purple top, and y'all, it is so pretty. From here, from this view, it is just standing straight up in the sky. And I'm trying to figure out where can I put it, or maybe I should just leave it alone. So now that I have this pathway, so we'll talk about that later, because I don't like to do too much in the video. So I did this video was just really all about the muddy. Y'all get rid of the muddy coops. Get rid of the muddy coops, y'all. Put down something. I didn't told y'all. I told y'all I am not gonna be frustrated here in this cottage garden on this mini retreat space. Y'all know a retreat space is supposed to give you peace. It ain't supposed to be a headache. So, but I'm grateful for all the folks out there. I'm grateful for all of you out there who share the problems that you're having in your garden. Because, baby, I go straight to work. Every time you share a problem, I'm going straight to work on fixing the problem, because what I'm not going to do is keep having the problem. So, y'all keep sharing them problems. Keep sharing the problems, because the sister's looking for the. Listen, if it's a problem and I ain't got to it yet, that's the thing I'm going to do that day. Y'all go ahead and share them problems, because I want to know. I want to know, because your girl didn't solve that muddy coop problem. Okay. Get you some turf grass and put down in the area where you have to walk to get those eggs. Okay. Put you some turf down. Put you some turf down, sis. Put something down. Hmm. Where the water goes straight through. You ain't even got to step on the poop. If you got a hose over there, go, baby. When I walk over there in the morning, I walk over there with the water hose, because what I don't want, what I don't want to do is walk on mud, on poop, on none of that. And then I want my girls to be clean. I want my girls' hygiene to be straight. Okay, so as much as possible, they chickens. They chickens. Chickens do what chickens do, but I still want them to be clean. So I be wanting to give them a bath, because I might shower them down. Your girl might give the girls a shower. For real, I might give them a shower, and I have a time or two. Just took the hose while they was in there, baby. Wet them down, catch them off guard, wet them down. Y'all need to be wet. Y'all need to be cooled off. That's why they over there in the house. They get to go outside in their little outside area. But it don't stop the rain, like from coming into, because the coop doesn't have a top on it. It solved the roof problem. I don't have to worry about it no more. I have a roof on the area where they sleep, where they give me eggs, and that's it. That's all. I don't have to worry about nothing else. Because if I had to leave them inside the coop for any reason, I want them to at least have some sun. And if I put a roof on it, they won't get any. So there's no roof on that area. I do put plastic on there in the winter because it be cold. So it has its plastic that I wrap around it to keep the wind off of them, keep them kind of, keep them safe. But a muddy coop issue solved. Get you some turf and put it down. All right, get you some, get you some turf, baby, and put down in that muddy coop. All right, peace and blessings. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Dr. Eve. See you on the next video. Bye for now.